Greetings, are Frederick Riddle, and this is another episode of Christian News and Views. Today's episode is 137, and today we're looking at over in the Mideast, Israel. They were struck over the weekend by Houthi. I guess that's the way you pronounce it, Houthi or Houthi. They are located in Yemen. And so Israel struck the Houthi targets in Yemen on Monday night. And an Israeli security source said one day after a ballistic missile struck Tel Aviv's international airport. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had vowed to retaliate at a time and place of Israel's choosing and promised Sunday that a powerful response would be coming. These attacks marked the first Israeli strikes in Yemen in months. The Israeli military made several attempts to intercept the ballistic missile on Sunday, but failed to bring it down, resulting in a successful attack on the heavily defended facility. The strike appeared to be the first time Israel's international airport has been successfully retargeted by the group. On Sunday night, the Iran-backed rebel group said it would impose a comprehensive air blockade on Israel by repeatedly targeting airports, especially Ben Gurion. It called on international airlines to plan accordingly and cancel all scheduled flights to Israeli airports. Netanyahu convened Israel's Security Cabinet Sunday afternoon to discuss the incident. "We acted before, we will act in the future too," said Netanyahu. Sometimes I get his name right, sometimes I don't. Said Netanyahu in a video posted on social media. "I can't elaborate on all of that. The U.S., in coordination with us, is also operating against them. It's not one and done," he said. Israel has launched several rounds of strikes against the Houthis in Yemen, including the targeting of a power plant and maritime ports in January. The U.S. military has carried out far more extensive strikes on targets in Yemen in recent months, aiming to weaken the group and disrupt Houthi attacks on U.S. Navy ships and commercial vessels operating in the Middle East. But the attacks have done little to stem the launch of Houthi projectiles at Israel or at U.S. warships in the Red Sea. And the Bab Mandeb, two of the world's most strategically imported. Let me start that over again. Bab al-Mandeb, two of the world's most strategically important waterways. The Houthis launched ballistic missiles at Israel over 3 consecutive days, culminating in a strike to hit the airport. Last week, a U.S. F/A-18 fighter jet fell off an aircraft carrier in the Red Sea after the ship made a hard turn to evade a Houthi attack. The whole world is being challenged by the Houthis, Netanyahu told Cypriot President Nikos Christodoulidis on Sunday. "We will not tolerate it. We will take very strong action against them. And we always remember that they act with their patron, Iran's direction and support." The Houthis warned on Sunday night that they could strike again and would impose a comprehensive air blockade on Israel by repeatedly targeting airports, especially Ben Gurion. It called on international airlines to plan accordingly and cancel all scheduled flights to Israeli airports. Before I get into my opinion that I've already formed, I want to comment on that last statement. Israel, now obviously, is not going to cooperate with the Houthis, and most countries, I think, will ignore that too. They might be more alert and watching and so forth, because they do have passengers they have to worry about, things of this nature. But at the same time, if you give into threats by a terrorist or any other criminal outfit, then you're just asking for more of the same. Now, here's my opinion. The counterattack by Israel is not unexpected. They always respond. What I found disturbing was that Israel was unable to stop the attack. They've always been able to. Did you catch it? It was the first time it was a successful attack. And also the fact that they were able to, they forced the one of the warships, U.S. warships, to make a hard turn to avoid being hit. That suggests to me a possibility that they've increased the sophistication of their missiles. And so we have to step up our defense, and Israel has to step up its defense, whether I don't know if they can or not. I have no way of knowing that. But I find that disturbing. Hopefully that is an issue that has been already resolved or will be resolved quickly. The Houthis are terrorists, murderers, actually. These missile attacks continue day and after day despite the United States bombing of Yemen. Women and children are killed by these attacks. These are not heroes. These are not, they like to think of themselves as martyrs for a cause. No, a martyr, they have a wrong idea of what a martyr is. A martyr is somebody who stood up. They're not standing up for anybody. They're killing people. They're fulfilling their hatred for a people. It's called genocide. And so there's no heroic behavior here on their part at all. Those who look at them and call them heroes are totally misguided. So these attacks against Israel and against the U.S. Navy, these are attacks that need to be stopped. It is almost as if the terrorists have not cared that their country, Yemen, is being destroyed. And if that's what it takes to stop them, then we should continue. Their anti-Semitic hatred for the Jewish people must be stopped completely. That is my opinion. And I do invite you to, if you have a different opinion, do so. Please be clear in your opposition, but at the same time, be considerate. I will not, if I find anything on there in the comments that is inappropriate, anti-Semitic, violent even, I will eliminate it. I will take it out, take it down. It has no place in the conversation. But if you disagree with what I think this needs to be done, or if you have an idea of how it should be done better than they're currently doing it, fighting against the Yemen terrorists, then I would go ahead and I'll read it. I may even respond to it, either there or in a future podcast. But the thing is, always keep your opinions polite, well-worded, backed by some facts, and not a fact finder. I have no confidence in so-called fact finders. They have a bias, paid for. They're already paid for in advance. Real facts. But also, I want you to keep it like I said, polite. No violence, no in your words or tone. No anti-Semitism. I have no room for that. And so, but please do leave your comments. Well, I hope you've enjoyed all this. This is a service that is brought to you by Basic Authors Training and Ministry Publishing, which are services of TR Publishing Books, or TR Independent Books is actually the name of it. And it's a Christian organization dedicated to publishing Christian books that you can enjoy. We also put out some doctrinal books as well, novels, and we put out novels, and we put out nonfiction as well. So you are always invited to check out. TR, if you want the actual name for it, if you want to Google it, it's called T&R, the and being the amber sign. T&R Independent Books. So you check that out and come and visit, explore. In the meantime, I'll see you in the next video.